So I just got done talking with a gentleman who is in a relationship where there's not a lot of support from his significant other to live a very healthy lifestyle. So he's someone who wants to be healthful, but doesn't feel like he has that support. His wife is not very healthy. His kids don't eat very healthy. He's the only one that really wants to make a big change, and he knows it's going to be challenging. So he asked me, like, what is my recommendation? And I thought that was a great question because I think a lot of people kind of suffer with this. And we all know that we are like the result of the 5 people that we hang around with most, right? I'm sure you've probably heard that before. So if you're hanging around people who are not in great shape and are not very healthy, then there's a good chance you're not as well, right? So what do you do to overcome this if this happens to be your family, right? Because you can't obviously just leave your family. You have an obligation here. So what is it that you can do? And let me give you just a few little insights here. Number 1 is stop making the excuse. And I know it's easier said than done, but it really is an excuse. If you want something bad enough, and look, if you've been successful in any area of your life before, you know that the only reason that you got there was because you refused to make excuses. You got to the place that you're in because you kept pushing forward no matter what. So if you're in a situation like that, you need to take responsibility and you need to do the things that you need to do, and you need to not use that as an excuse anymore. If that comes up in your mind as, well, maybe someday when my wife is on board, I'll decide to jump in as well. If you do that, you might end up waiting forever. So you have to take responsibility and you have to take control of the situation. And then you have to lead from the front. Now, I believe that every guy, especially if you're a guy over the age of 40, needs to start leading from the front. You need to start taking actions that are going to better yourself because your loved ones may follow, right? I'll just give you an example. For me, when I started working out in my home gym, my son started to show up, not because I pushed him, but because he saw me doing it and he wanted to do it as well. And same thing with eating. If you do it day in and day out and day in and day out, and people see you and they see the results that you get and they see how strong-willed you are to live a more healthful lifestyle, then those people are going to level up as well. And I always say, like, when does leveling you up not affect the others around you, especially the ones you care about the most, in a very positive way? So there should never be an excuse for you to not level up, right? So no excuses, do what you need to do, take responsibility, lead from the front, and then stay consistent. You have to stay consistent because you have to build this new lifestyle. You have to build these new habits. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It could be something just as simple as, look, eat some real food. Cut out a lot of the processed refined crap. And then start doing some exercise. And it could just be a walk. If you're not someone who formally exercises on a daily basis, just head out for a walk and do it every day. If you can build that habit, if you can build those habits and you can live this life, I guarantee not only are you going to change, there's a really good chance the others around you will change as well. And even if they don't, your only option, your only way forward is to keep doing you. You have to keep doing you because you are the most important part of this whole process. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't serve others well. So it's your responsibility to really own it and to really do the right thing here. So whenever you hear those excuses pop up in your head, I want you to realize what those really are and then move beyond that. That's how you become successful.